Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Here we are going to continue our work that we started on the Lab 01, Agile Planning and Portfolio Management with Azure Boards. We have completed exercise 0, configuring the lab prerequisite, and then what we did, uh, we configured the team project and we started working on the managing the Agile project. Okay, so we have finished the task 1 and we configured the teams and we configured the areas, we configured the iterations for our project. And if you look at over here, our iterations, they're configured. We have 3 different sprints and we have got our area, and we included the sub areas in this particular task on the task 1. And in this video, we're going to continue starting with task 2, which is manage the work items. So let's get through. So in this task, we're going to step through some of the common work item management tasks. Okay. So if you think about it, work items are really the task or stories, that kind of things that are very, very important in your DevOps. Okay. And as your DevOps is also very important. So you can have your work like it is work in progress, work is done, or it's stuck, it's a bug, all kinds of things that you can define. And these work items really define how good your project is managed. You should try to define your work items as best as possible, as concise as possible, and keep them small and time bounded, and try to estimate the time to complete each task as best as you can. So in this particular work lab that we're going to do, we're going to focus on using various work items to set up the plan to extend the parts unlimited site with a product training section. So that is the goal that we're going to implement. While it can be daunting to build out such a substantial part of the company's offering, our Azure DevOps and the Scrum process make it very, very easy to manage. Okay. So let's see what are the steps that we need. So first step, in the vertical navigation pane of the Azure DevOps, select the boards icon. So everything, all the work items and sprints, everything comes under the boards. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll go back to the main project board. So this is the Agile Planning and Portfolio Management that we created in the previous video. And if you see, these are the pillars of Azure DevOps. So you're going to start with the board. So let's just click on that one. And under here, uh, you are going to have the work item. So the work item section is already selected. So you can click on that one. It should take you to the same page. Okay. There are many ways to create work items in Azure DevOps. And as we go through these labs, we'll see multiple different ways. So the one way to create a new work item, something that you want to work on, is by creating the new work item right over here. And what we'll do, we'll create the new work item. And as a matter of fact, there are multiple different types of work items that you can create. You can create a bug, epic, feature, impediment, product, backlog item, task, and test case. So in this one, we're going to create an epic. So just click on new work item and then hit epic. So it will bring up to a form that you can fill out very easy. And this one in the title, we're going to say it's a product training. So let's copy this one and put it over here as a product training. So that is going to be the name of my epic, which is a larger uh, feature. Well, it's the if you think about the root, epic is probably at the highest level. Then you have your feature, then you have the stories, and then you have the task. As you go from the top to bottom, you are more defined. Okay, and we'll look at all of that in a minute. So we have done that. In the upper left corner, select the unassigned entry. So when you're creating, this task is not assigned to anybody. So right now it says unassigned. So if you click on that one, and I have only myself as part of the team, so I'm going to select myself. Okay, so I'm done with this task. And then we can also go to the area. Okay, in that area, select the Agile Planning and the Portfolio Management Agile Boards entry, and in the drop down list, select the Paul Web. So if you click on that one, So this is the new team that we created. So let's just use that team. So we're done with step 5. And then next to the iteration entry, select the agile planning and portfolio management entry again. So here is the area. So that's what you created. Now on the iteration, we're going to select this one. Now, as I said, when we created these 3 sprints, the first one is already in the past. Okay. So, and it will be automatically generated for you. Your dates may be different, but you will know that the sprint 1 was the last 2 weeks, and then sprint 2 is the current 2 weeks. Sprint 3 will be the future 2 weeks. So we're gonna start with the current sprint. We will bring in sprint 2, and did I do that right? Sprint 2. Okay, so now sprint 2 is there. Okay, so Paul Web is that area where we get to, and here is the sprint 2. So we're done with step 6. Now we can save this, so that will create the epic and assign it to the right section in our Azure board. Now it says save but do not close it. So I didn't close it yet. Okay, so you can close it if you want, but do not close it. Now what they're saying, ordinarily you would want to fill out as much information as possible. So you would want to fill out the discussion, description, what are the acceptance criteria, when it's done, what do you want to see? And any discussion, any points, any meetings that you had, you can fill out all of this feature. You can put start date, target date, priority level, business value, time criticality. As much information as you can put, the better. Okay. For now, we're just going to continue. But in real life, your goal should be to put as much information as you can. So over here, what we do in the related work section in the lower right side, we're gonna select add link. Okay. So over here, you see that you have the status, details, okay, details, status. Then we have deployment. We have development, and then you have the related work. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main sections that you see under the details. Okay, they usually expanded, takes a lot of real estate, so you can collapse them if you like. And at the related work, this is what the lab is asking you to create. Click on is the add link. Okay, if you click on add link, it will show up 2 different options it's going to give you, and we're going to add a new item. So very good. So new item page, a new window popped up. So in this one, on the add link panel, which is the add link panel, in the work item type, so this is the link type, we are going to select a feature. Okay, work item type is a feature. So the link type is a child of a feature. Okay, and then in the title box, we are going to use training dashboard. So let's just put it in there. And let's see, is there anything else I need to do? So you are adding a link from this feature, and we're gonna add a feature. It's gonna be child uh, of my epic, and that should be good. So hit OK, and let's see what happens. Did it do anything? And click OK. So we did all that. So on the training dashboard panel, note that the assignment area and iterations are already set. So in this one, if you notice that the area and iteration, because we have set it on the feature level, it's picking up the area and iteration automatically. So this time I can hit save and close, and that should have added a child, okay, the training dashboard under this epic. Okay, so let's see if we did everything correctly. So in the vertical navigation pane, in the list of boards, select the boards. Again, we are currently we are here. Let's go back to the boards now. And if you see, select the Paul web boards entry. So this is the Paul web board entry. So where is my Paul web board entry? And it will open the board that for that particular item. So let's just do that. Or sometimes it may be a little confusing when you're reading this document. They will say, hey, go to the board items and then boards. And if you look at it, here is a board and here is another boards item. That is very confusing. Sometimes you will think, okay, man, am I going there or I'm going there? So this particular one, what they're saying, go to boards and then go to these boards. I would, something, a different name might be a little bit more easier in my opinion. But anyway, I get to this one. And in this one, what they're asking here, just go ahead and select the poll web board entry. So this is the one. You're gonna click on that one, and this will open the board for the particular item. Okay, so now it has created the board item, and if you see some pop-ups, just got it. Okay, now on step 13 on the boards panel in the upper right corner, select the backlog items. Okay, and in the drop down list, select features. So now we have the boards. The board is showed up. Here I can click on the backlog item, and right now it looks like I have two different type of backlog items in here, features and the backlog items. Okay, and let's click on the features and see what we get. So in this view, uh, it is easy to add additional tasks. Okay, so we are done with the step 13 right now. Now the next one, hover your with the mouse pointer over the rectangle representing the training dashboard board. So if you take my mouse over here, it will reveal the ellipsis symbol, which is again ellipsis means this. If you click on that one, okay, you have several different options in here. Edit, you can edit the title of the feature, move the iteration to some other sprint, add product backlog item, add bug, add text, and even delete that one. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to click on add product backlog item. So we're going to click on that one. So again, training dashboard that we have, okay, that's a feature. In that we're adding some product backlog item, which is this. Okay, and in the text box we're going to type something. So the first one we're going to type, as a customer I want to view new to tutorial. So that is a product backlog item under this particular feature. So let's just do that and paste it over here, hit enter. Okay, and it created a new product backlog item, PBI. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same step and let's create a couple more product backlog item. Add product backlog items. So the next one we have, as a customer I want to see tutorials I recently viewed, hit enter. And the last one is this, as a customer I want to request new tutorials. So let's just do that one as well, hit enter. So all of that is now done. So step 17 is completed. On 18, on the boards panel in the upper right corner, select the features entry, and in the drop down list select backlog items. So previously we selected the feature entry, right? So and we found one feature, we added these backlog items in here. So let's this time click on the backlog items, see what happens. So now see there's a backlog items, they are now showing up. Okay, backlog items have a state that defines where they are relative to being completed. So if you look at the top headers over here, this is a new state, then approved state, committed state, and done state. So they're based on what kind of board you're using, this header may change a little, okay? But they have different state, and right now it's a new state. On the board tab on the poll web panel, drag the first work item name. As a customer, I want to view the tutorials from new to approve. So you need to approve one of these tasks so you can get started. So let's get the first one. Just drag it in here. That's how easy it is. Next, we're going to hover over to the mouse pointer over the rectangle represent the work item we moved to the approve stage. Again, if you just move, here is my ellipsis icon. Okay, click down the facing caret symbol to expand the work item card and select the unassigned entry and the list of the user account. Select your user account. So here is that expanded version of it. Okay, so again, so what I did, I hover over my mouse over here, click on this little caret thing, and here's the unassigned. And here, if you click on that one, I can pick up any user I want that are part of the Azure DevOps board, and this time I just selected myself. Okay, so we are done with step 21. And the next step, on the board, drag the second work item. So let's just get this one. Now it's here as well. And what we want to do, hold on, second work item to the to the committed state. So it's not here. So we're gonna bring that to here. And the last one to the done state. So over here, we're gonna bring that one to a done state. Okay, so we have done all that. And on the board for Paul Web pen, at the top of the pen, click View as Backlog to display in tabular form. So we already are in tabular form, so I don't think there's gonna change anything. So I don't know why they wanted to do this. It's already in a tabular form. Note, you can use the plus sign directly under the backlog tab level of the Paul Web panel to view nested tasks under this work items. So you can do some of the stuff from here as well. Let's see, what else do we need to do? On the backlog tab of the Paul Web pen, in the upper left corner of the pen, click on the second plus sign from the top. Okay, so the thing that we need to do is click on some more items. Now this time it's the view as backlog is this view as backlog is that we're talking about. Okay, so it's not this backlog items anymore. So you can click on view as backlog right there, and it gives you just a different view, right? So over here, if you do the click as backlog, it's just going to give you in a table type format. You can get rid of this. Say got it. So everything will show up in this particular view. Okay, that's maybe a little bit more concise. So again, if you go back to the backlog item view, it's not showing up anything. Feature view and backlog item view. Okay, view maybe view as board is gonna give me, yeah. So again, so you can change this view how you wanna see it. Okay, so there's one done, one committed, one approved. So you can click on this one to go to uh, uh, a different view, and this is your board view. Again, this is your backlog view, and that's your board view. This is your backlog view. So this is where we are. So the next thing that we're gonna do on the backlog tab of the Paul Web pane, so it's backlog tab. In the upper left corner pane, click on the second plus sign. So here you have the plus sign, and there is another plus sign for the new work item, and this is another plus sign under this header. So if you click on this plus sign, it's gonna give you a new task. Okay, that is what we are doing here. So this is called the new task panel that's got open. At the top of the new task panel, enter title, add page for the most recent tutorial. So let's just copy that one and add the title, tutorials. On the new task, in the remaining work text box, so here we are trying to put some more information. So 5 is really typically for 5 hours. So 5 hours worth of task is remaining. And on the activity drop down, what we want to do, select the development. So what kind of activity? So here activity drop down is the development. Okay, so we need 5 more hours to develop our product. Okay, and with this we are not configuring anything priority or blocked or anything. We did not configure. uh, we just no description, no discussion. So with that we can save and close this. Okay, so now we have added a task under the product backlog item, which is as a customer I want to view new tutorials. Now it says repeat the last 5 steps to add another task. Name optimize data query for the most recent tutorial. Set its remaining work to 3 and assign to design. So let's just do this again. Copy, paste. and remaining work this time is 3 hours. And what kind of activity it is? It's a design activity. Okay, and that should be it. So now I have closed that one, and let's just go back to the board view, see how it looks. So in this view, what I see, the task that is in approved mode, that's where we added 2 tasks. This task is already almost close to being done. It's already committed. This is already done. You don't need to add any more tasks. And here there are 2 tasks. If you click on that one, those 2 tasks will show up. Add page for most recent tutorials and optimize data query for most recent tutorial. So here it's a good point to stop, and let's meet in the next video where we're going to start working on managing sprint and capacity. Uh, Thank you for watching this one. Please meet me in the next video.